Good afternoon, everyone. I warmly welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of our batch for the year. It is my privilege to introduce today's distinguished guest, Professor D.P. Agrawal. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Urmila A. Patil, Professor in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, who is graciously joining us as well. Professor D.P. Agrawal is a renowned academician, educationist, and a former chairman of the UPSC. He served as the chairman of UPSC from 2008 to 2014 and played a significant role in modernizing the recruitment process in India. During his tenure, he introduced several important reforms, including aptitude-based testing and online application systems for UPSC examinations. Professor Agrawal completed his degree in mechanical engineering from Aligarh Muslim University and later earned his MTech and PhD from IIT Delhi. Over the years, he has held several prestigious positions, including Professor and Dean at IIT Delhi and Founder Director of ABV Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management at Gwalior. With decades of contribution to teaching, research, educational administration, and public service reforms, he has inspired thousands of students and civil service aspirants across the country. He has also received several honors and recognitions, including the Engineer of the Year Award and honorary fellowships from leading professional institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to Professor D.P. Agrawal and Dr. KingMakers. Welcome, you, sir.
Afternoon, friends. It is indeed a great pleasure that I see very young faces with a lot of determination. I am also happy that all of you want to become civil servants and that you have joined KingMakers Academy. I think this is first step in the right direction. I do spend some time with the academy, and whatever advice at any given time I have to give, I discuss with the young students. Most of you are joining first time, or? The first question you should always ask, why do you want to become a civil servant? Have you asked that question to all of you, each of you? If the answer always comes yes, that's a good beginning. It should be your decision, not your parent decision. Or it's not a decision of your friends. So if you ask this question, close your eyes for a moment. Ask this question once again, is it my decision? They raise hands, so close your eyes. Ask this question, is it your decision? And then I'll ask you, raise your hands, who think it's your decision? Okay, close your eyes. Ask this question. Good. Now kindly raise your hands where the answer is my decision. Good. Now I ask you this question. When you prepare for any career, in our country, parents have a lot of say. They have dreams, they support you financially. Because they have dreams, they want to live those dreams in you. Not all our parents are highly educated. So they go by what people tell. Now till this point it is fine. But the difficulty is that for each test or dreams, it is you have to work hard. Then if it is not your dream, you realize after some time that I can't do it. So as you rightly all said, it is your dream, therefore you are committing yourself to work very hard and with motivation. Is that correct? Am I right? Since you all raise hands, only few didn't, it's okay. But if 90% people say, they have come by choice. The important commitment is that I have with commitment, I will work very hard and my motivation will be higher. Correct? Good. What you know about this exam? How much have you read? Have you looked at what is called Gazette notification of Government of India? Government of India every year brings out a notification called Gazette notification, which gives what is this exam, when it will be held and who is eligible. So all questions on your mind can easily be answered if you read through that Gazette. Have you read any of you? So my request to you will be, you can go your internet, read the notification for civil service exam, which is called Gazette notification of Government of India, which comes every year, normally in the month of January. Thank you. Okay? Now this exam tells you, this notification tells you how many vacancies this year, how many IAS we require, how many IPS we require, how many custom people we need, how many accounts people we need. So you know exactly the number of vacancies. You also know what is the minimum age, what is the maximum age, how many attempts you can do. If you belong to reserve category, how many attempts, what certificates are required, what is the eligibility criteria. So is it clear to all of you what is eligibility criteria? It should be known to you. And don't take too much of time. Today itself you go back home, try to look at this Gazette notification and see when you can appear the first time. Some of you, how many of you are 19 years age? Anybody with 19 years of age? So those who are 19 years of age will wait for 2 years. Because 21 is the minimum age required to appear. Correct? So it's a time for you, you can plan your steps, you can plan your journey accordingly. Those who are more than 21, they can appear straight away. Correct? So to ask a question, how many of you are more than 21 years today? So many of you are ready to be appeared. You also know that this exam is in 3 steps. Are you aware all? Correct. It's good to read in Gazette notification, you will know it. First paper is called preliminary examination. It always happens in the month of May. This year it was 24th of May. So next year. So most of you are ready for next year. Correct? When you qualify prelim, so if you appear in May exam, result will come in June and the main exam will occur, which will be in the month of September. And then if you qualify, you will appear what is called a personality test. Correct? It's not an interview, it's a personality test. Personality is not built in one day. What have you done in your school? What have you done in your society? What kind of places you've seen? How much you travel? All that add to your personality. So for all 7 people, personality test constitute about 18% of marks. So first you have to qualify prelim. There are 2 papers, prelim 1, prelim 2. One called General Studies 1. In the other, loosely people say CSET, but it is General Studies paper 2. Is that correct? Now, difficulty with this exam is that about 11 to 12 lakh candidates apply for this exam. So, all of you are a part of that crowd. People realize, like you, who start preparing today, some candidate decide that they are not ready and therefore do not appear. So every year, 12 lakh people apply, 5 to 6 lakh actually appear in prelim paper 1. If you even appear in one paper, it is called an attempt. So don't consider that you have not appeared in all the paper, attempt is not counted. Counted first attempt, any prelim paper you do, or any paper you do. You cannot appear in main, so only option is prelim. So prelim paper 1 and prelim paper 2. Even if you have paper 1 and don't appear paper 2, you will still be 1 attempt. Correct? So don't have any mistaken identity in your mind that you will appear 1 paper, it will not be counted. It is counted, a roll number is given to you, you have to remember that, keep record that you got a roll number, appeared in this. You have to fill this in your form. So all this you don't forget, keep records. As I said, this has 2 papers. Paper 1, prelim paper 1, have about 80 questions. And it covers anything on earth. It covers about the country knowledge, which could be history, geography, polity, culture, religion, everything. Scientific development, economy, name anything about you, about the country per se. So it's a different exam, MCQ, multiple questions. But questions are difficult. They have to be, no? After all, we want to select only 1,000 people. Now this paper is used mainly to select people for the main. So whatever you prepare for prelim, if you qualify and call for the main exam, the marks you get in prelim paper 1 and 2, they are not carried forward. They are not even counted for when you draw a merit. But it is essential that to be qualifying for main, you should qualify prelim. Correct? Prelim paper 2 only require qualifying. This could be 35% someday, it can go to maximum 40%. In this paper, paper 2, loosely called CSET, is nothing but an aptitude. What is civil servant do at the ground? Correct? It has broadly 4 components. One relate to, which a bureaucrat does every day, that he gets notes from subordinates, he reads those notes and take a decision. In English terms, we call it comprehension. So there will be 10, 12 questions on comprehension. Paragraph is given and the question is asked. So you should understand the para, you should understand the question and you will answer. It could be tick answer normally, big MCQ. But you have to read that para. It could be a full page para. It may not be a short one, 4-liner. It's a full case. So habit to read, you should develop. So what I would now suggest, please start reading. Even if you don't understand it, the papers of prelim 1 and 2 available of last year. This year paper is here, prelim paper 1. You can see the volume. There are total 56 pages, 80 questions. You are not supposed to read it starting from one to the end. There will be more time. So develop practice of reading. Now what is the practice of reading? You read, quickly understand whether you know the subject or not. If you don't know the subject, move on quickly the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. And one which you know the best and the correct answer. Okay? But if you start reading from here till the end, half an hour will go. So develop this practice of looking the question paper and judging from there whether you know it or not. Okay? In 1 year time, when you have practice here, you will learn more subject, you will have a much better practice, but start getting this practice. Have any of you read any paper of the past? It is available free. You should read it. If you look at here, A is given, question will be similar, but they will be merged and there will be at least 4 sets. So if there is a question 1 here, it may be question number 10 in group B, C something else, D something else. It's only to avoid that the neighbor does not copy the neighbor. Otherwise you'll say, here, question A, this, question B, this. Because question A does not match with your question, so you can't copy. So self-correcting mechanism. Correct? So first point, practice and read instructions always carefully. This practice you can develop. And see what is the lacunae, that whether you fulfill all these conditions or not. If you know in advance, on the day of exam, you are not under pressure. So it's better to do it quickly and do it early. So number 1, you are clear of eligibility, you know about this exam, you know how to read a question paper in the preliminary. Prelim paper 2 is only qualified. Paper would be difficult, you can take it from me. Reason is, from 5 lakh students, we only want to take with a simple formula which is given in the Gazette notification. It is not commission decision, it's a notified that if there are 1,000 vacancies, we will qualify about 13 times the number of posts for the main exam. Is it clear? So don't ask me this question, what cutoff UPSC decide? Nobody decided any cutoff, is decided. Number of vacancies multiplied by 13 times, and number of vacancies you know when you fill this form. So everything is known, nothing is hidden. So you have to be in the first, if say 1,000 vacancies, you have to be in the top 13,000 students. So that is the role of prelim exam. Now you see how important it is. From 5 lakhs to 13,000, maximum 15,000. It is also divided into SC/ST categories, the OBC categories, and the economically weaker section, and the general categories. Is that correct? So you can decide in which area you are there. Your merit would be drawn according to your category. So in balancing this category, sometimes numbers are more than 13 times, but it is not less than that formula. The benefit is always given to candidates. Okay? So important is you qualify paper 2 first. Paper 2 is very simple paper. It does not require great reading. If you have been a good student of BA, the question is comprehension. Question is logical thinking. Questions on ethics. There is no theory. You can read the past year paper. So you simultaneously start reading paper 2 first. There are also questions on what is called numeracy. Handling numbers. No mathematics. No coordinate geometry, no trigonometry. Simple manipulation numbers and statistics, which every bureaucrat use. Decision that how many people to be benefited, how much of the government budget, the officer should know. So these numbers are meant to understand resources, distribution, and the beneficiaries. Third is logical. Given a problem, you think logically, write your steps, come to a conclusion. This comes by experience. So you have to read more cases, more questions, and logically think. It is not mugging. It is not a university exam. Teacher has given 5 questions, you mugged 3. Not possible. Anything you mug may not be there at all. Correct? And the last part is an ethical part, that whether you can do it rightly, wrongly. For example, you are an officer and there is a project to be given. Your uncle has applied. Will you give it to your uncle or will you give it to the right kind of person? It's a dilemma. In India, each of us are connected, so a neighbor will also say, please help me. Your uncle will also say, please help me. You also want to help him. But you are a civil servant. You can't help. You have to go by law. So this is a dilemma in a number of cases, where ethical standards are important. So these 4 put together gives you about 70 questions. You have to get qualifier marks, minimum 35 I think so, but could be 40% also. If you qualify this paper 2, the paper 1 marks will be looked at. If you don't qualify paper 2, paper 1 marks will not be looked at. Though you have done very well, so don't neglect paper 2. First rule is qualify paper 2. Correct? So my advice to all of you, please start doing this, which can be done by common sense. They will also teach you, but it's all common sense. Any bright young boy or girl can easily do it. Whatever you don't know it, you will cover in the year. But getting 35% marks is not difficult at all. In paper 1, you only got 200 marks. In mind you, in both paper 1 and 2, there is a negative marks. So thumb rule is, don't guess. Whatever you know, only that you do, don't guess. UPSC, it is better not to guess any time. And that would mean you have to read more and more. It cannot happen that you only read one and leave others. No. Please read as much as you can, and therefore time taken is more. Some of you are not in habit of reading, and I don't know how many of you are in your degree classes. How many hours generally you study in BA or BSc per day? How many of you do 4 hours study beyond your college per day? Raise hands. Only one. 3 hours per day regularly. Another hand. 2 hours. So now you can imagine. You are used to reading only less than an hour per day. This exam is not possible. So you have to develop habit of reading more than 1 hour, then 2 hours, then 3 hours, possibly 4 hours. And 4 hours is for them who, when they read, they also understand. I don't know how many of you read and understand. You understand the difference between the two? I am reading it, but I don't understand it. Preparation time is you read and understand it. This habit has to develop, in which you have to spend at least 4 hours beyond your coaching. Correct? So from now onward, ma'am has explained you the time calendar. You have to make a calendar. The other point I said, you can't guess. Guess means negative marks. In 200 marks, I have to select 15,000 students. So you can imagine when you reach about 15,000, the difference between marks would come to 0.5, 0.3, 0.2. So any negative marks will let you out. So develop habit only to attempt those questions which you know very well. To know very well, you have to read. And not only read what they give you in coaching, but you have to read the best book available. So one book is not sufficient. Topic-wise, there are good material, not from coaching. Please understand, no paper in UPSC set up by people what coaching said. And they can never predict this paper. This year in media, a lot of things are written. Because the experts who set these question papers are top people in the country. Even they don't know what paper will be there. So paper can never be leaked. So don't worry that paper leak hoga. It has never happened. Okay? So don't rely, मेरे paper leak होगा दोबारा होगा कर लेंगे. No, not possible. No chance. Nobody ever will let you know what will be next year. Trends could change. This year they ask one style of question, next year they will ask another style of question. So what is the method? Method is you understand the concept, you read more, and you practice more. On that day, question would be completely new. None of the question which you read or anybody told you will come. No, not at all. That means you are preparing yourself mentally to answer a question which you don't know. This you can only do based on your concepts, your basic understanding, and the attempt of the question, number of them. So train your mind to be ready for a surprise. Nobody told you this so far, no? Prelim paper would always be a surprise. Correct? It's not difficult. There is no degree of difficulty. But sometimes it happens. You can't predict. I read you a question. Paper is in English and Hindi. And you know, this question is asked number of times to me, why there is not a question in the mother tongue? And you know this year why NEET paper got leaked? That person who translated this into one language have leaked the paper. So more people handling the question paper is chance of leakage. So this paper is never translated. Experts write it themselves. Okay? So don't ever think. So you should be able to read in English, develop this practice. For people in Tamil Nadu, it's not a problem. You can read, understand. Typical question. This year, first paper question says, which one of the following Carnatic music ragas is similar to Rag Bilawal in Hindustani music? For all of you, it's a black and white. But as you grow, if you remember your school days, in some of your school syllabi, all this was there. But you forgot. The moment you reach the BA level, you forget everything. What you learned 10 plus 2. Sometimes you say, because they came prepared for a difficult question, question was so simple, they were surprised and got away. So you shouldn't get surprised. You know what I'm saying? Please revise your school. Whether it was Tamil Nadu board, whether it's UPSC or any board, please revise those chapters. In those chapters, you find out written much smaller. School books are written in such a manner that teacher must explain. So remember some of those which your teacher explained. You can write in Hindi, you can write in any other language of the Constitution. Similarly, you can give a personality test of any other language. So language is not a barrier. It's your choice. If you want to write in Tamil, please do. And there is no difference in differentiation in the commission that you are taking Tamil, so you will get less marks. Nothing of that sort. Any language is not an issue. Any gender is not an issue. There is no gender bias. That if you are a girl, you will get more marks. If you are a boy, you will get more marks. No. Religion does not matter. Caste does not count. Your caste is only part of OBC, SC, commission has nothing to do with it. So, it's a purely test of merit. Prelim exam is a tricky exam. Where you have to read a lot of things. So start preparing for mains together. Mains also got 4 general studies paper. In those 4 general studies paper cover almost the first 2 papers of prelim. So 2 things are go together. That's why you have more hours. Anybody who is here doing also BA BSc simultaneously? Or pass out BA BSc or some of you are doing? All pass out now? So you have time now, utilize your time, and that's why you require more time. You have not read history, you have not read economics, you have not read even language, so time is taken. For you, there is no time to waste. But there is always time for good sleep, reasonably good food, not the rich food, and time for evening enjoyment for 2 hours. When you prepare, mobile is a no-no. When you decide to prepare, put your mobile out. That time no friend calling, nothing. Because you are not investing money, so there is nothing to worry. If there's a bad news, it will come. So at a young age, don't expect a bad news. The other thing which I was to care, I don't know, ma'am covered. First paper, while relate to history, political science, geography, social science, but the questions are drawn based on what is happening around you. If in last 2 years there are issues which have been talked, both nationally, state-wise, questions are formulated. So if there is judgment of Supreme Court which may lead to a question. If some event has occurred, question related to this can go into historical question. For example, this year, you remember in Parliament, there was one-day debate on Vande Mataram. You remember that? So question on Vande Mataram is expected in one form or the other. So you have to be daily ready with what's happening around you. So read a newspaper every day. How many of you read it every day? It's always good to read a paper newspaper, not this. The problem I have with this is that you read one page and second page out. You can sometimes, there is a good article, you can keep it yourself. Here marking is not very easy. I have tried my best that I read newspaper here. I am not, though I am very friendly with it, but it's not been successful. My advice is, please read inside now, whether you want to do it in English or in Tamil. Nothing wrong about it. But if you decide, then you have to accordingly prepare. It will not be colloquial language, it will be written good language. If you read Tamil, like Hindi, if I speak Hindi, I am Hindi speaking, I can become colloquial Hindi. That does not work. So don't choose that you know the mother tongue, but in mother tongue you can write better. No good. So proper written language is to choose. How many are good in writing in Tamil? Raise hands. You can write good Tamil, express, good. You can choose. But when you write, you will later find out that you are not writing properly. Because you believe what you are saying is right, but that happens to be colloquial language. Colloquial language does not help. So when you read question paper, you improve your vocabulary. Then you know how sentences are made, structures are done. When you read a newspaper, you know how it's properly written. But don't go a headline. In sometimes in sports you will find out this team has beaten this team has thrashed him. But this is not the language you will answer. The answer is defeated. So it's possible to predict any paper, any question ever. Any doubts now in your mind, confusion, anything? Yeah.
Sir, good evening. My name is Anil. I want to become an IAS. I want to ask you this question. At the end of the process, prelims, mains, and interview, what do you search for an IAS officer? What are the qualities?
Same quality for everybody. First you have to qualify the exam.
Yes, sir.
Exam is not separate for anybody.
Okay, sir.
And we also don't choose. Interviews also say common for all. You become IAS or IPS, decide what your marks you get. Whatever marks you get,
Okay, sir.
that decides your merit. And it's up to you to choose. If you are number one on merit, you can become an IPS. But we don't make you. We are not interviewing you IAS or IPS. We are interviewing you for a good civil servant for future.
Sir, I have another question.
Is that clear to everybody? It's a mistaken thought that we make you IAS or APS. We conduct an exam, we select you, draw a merit, who can be any of them, the number of vacancy listed. If you are number one, you have a choice. Whatever you want to do, you will get it. Normally it is seen, normally, there is no rule. UPSC does not select you an IAS. If you want, you can become an IPS. But if you are far behind, the chances that the IAS is not available. The IPS is not available. So it's a simple question of, did you talk about the pressure? I already mentioned to you, I said few things. Firstly, if you follow, I ask you the first question, close your eyes, ask yourself, is it your dream? Is it your dream?
Yes, sir.
So why should you be motivated? If you have a dream, you have to reach that. Path I am telling you. I already told you. What I said? Read the previous question papers. Read regularly. Read newspaper. Then when you grow up a little more, we will tell you when should you appear. Probably this was not the day when I want to tell you this. But I have a formula to judge myself. Every time when I learn, read, I know where do I stand. Each candidate knows how much prepared is he. So if you are honest to yourself, you know whether you qualify prelim or not. I already told you, if you read the past questions, in the first time you will not answer anybody. After 1 month, you will answer half of them. So before you go to exam, you know how many answers you can give. So you know yourself. So the best course is be honest to you. And each of you know whether you... Yeah. Any girl want to ask question?
So in that case, should aspirants focus on the depth of core syllabus or should they diversify their resources?
There is no diversification in this paper. You remember, it's lengthy, there are reasons for it. Your concepts in your breadth of learning and what is happening around. If you read properly your newspaper in the magazines and make that information into a learning, there will be no problem.
Sir, secondly, so in terms of personality interview, can the candidates have their own perspectives of certain issues?
They are supposed to have perspective. We are looking candidate's perspective, not my perspective here.
Okay, so a neutral stance is not necessary.
Not necessary. Who said? We are talking to you to know what you know and what's your views. We encourage you to give your views. But you will decide to be neutral, your choice.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, the boy here.
Good evening, sir. I'm Veera Raman. I have a doubt in the language system of UPSC, sir. As you said, there are 22 languages we can write optional, but if a Tamil medium student start preparing in Tamil, how he can handle the prelims in English, sir?
How can you?
Handle the prelims in English.
You have to follow the paper anyway, English paper. Everybody has read English till 10th standard. It's not difficult. The answer is tick only.
But the main problem of a Tamil medium student is if he start his preparation in English, then how he could
He knows the subject, huh? Can't you read English?
Sir, I can read, sir, but
That's it. I give you a question paper and tell me, did you understood? Give them. Come here. This is what Hindi wala say. They say this Hindi they can't read. Read paper in English and tell you followed or not. Don't talk of friends. This exam is for individual. There is no problem. There is no general rule. That's it, finished. The simple question is, I said read question paper. And if there was a practice you had, there was no problem. It cannot be translated. You have seen what happens in NEET. Otherwise, paper will leak every second day and the exam will never happen. Constitutional requirement is one linked language and one Rajbhasha. That's it. There are no score on language. Yeah, if you appear in Tamil, you will not get less marks, that I guarantee. Any other question? Any other doubt? Okay, please plan your studies well. Some could have a dream for 1 year. If you decided to appear, keep at least 3 years motivation. 3 years is a reasonable time when you would know whether you are a person to be selected. The moment you decide, no, it's beyond me, please leave. And there are other good things to do in life. You can do a master, you can do a PhD, you can do an MBA, you can do any good thing in life. And nothing wrong about it. Don't feel that you have nothing in you. You had. And the advantage to you would be that you learn so much. That in other endeavor, you would be a successful candidate. That I can tell you. So in those 3 years, you will learn so much about it. But don't feel bad. It's a competition. Even best team can lose. You have seen Tendulkar getting out 0. You have seen Kohli also getting out 0. So, it's a day. And life does not end with it. Life is very beautiful. Each of you are meant to do wonderful things. Some of you have dream of civil service, good. Me and ma'am decided not to be civil servant, but to academics. But I also became civil servant later. So destiny can take you anywhere. But whatever you do with the utmost devotion. Because without devotion, nothing is possible. How many hours you require? It's up to you. Some person can understand quickly, he may require 3 hours. Other person, while studying dreams in between, he requires 8 hours. But in the end of the day, past papers are available, start solving them. Solutions are available. So you know every day where you stand. And I said, beyond coaching, 3 to 4 hours per day. Regularly. It cannot happen one day 8 hours, other day 0. No. Shri, I wish you best. This is your first day. And I think you will be happy. Or today's whatever I told you. And I told you very simple steps. Are they difficult steps, I said? That's just practice and see the advantage. In 2 weeks' time, you will see a change in you. That I can guarantee. You can tell sir whether in 10 days' time you will change or not. And if you don't change, then think second time. That's not your dream. Correct? Good. All the best.
Online students, in case if you wanted to ask any question, you can ask. Online students. Online students, you can switch on and you can just talk. Is it okay?
This problem
Anyway,
first
fine.
day.
Yes. Anyway, fine, sir. I think
Okay.
they are very
Thank
happy.
you.
Yes, yes. Please tell me. Yes. Who's then introduce yourself? Okay. Yeah, good evening.
Sir, I'm Monica Ishwaran, sir.
Okay.
Actually, I'm doing the job also. So, in terms of I'm studying also for the civil service examination.
Okay.
So, how hours I should spend actually every day to crack these exams?
Okay. So just basically you wanted to know how to balance both.
Yes.
You remember I mentioned few things which I said, you start doing that and come to a conclusion where you stand and then decide how many hours you require. You remember what I said, 5-6 things here? You follow them and then you come and decide where do you stand. And depends on your work start in the morning, ends in the evening.
Yes, sir.
What time you come back home?
Around 8, sir.
And what time you go in the morning?
6:30 to 7 o'clock, I'll be in the stop to go for the bus.
On the bus, can you read some light things like a newspaper? You have to utilize those 2 hours of your travel in reading magazines, newspaper, in new books, not subject. And then per day in the night, minimum 2 hours.
Okay.
And keep a target of 2 years from the day you start, minimum.
All the best. So, any other question from online student? Nice. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you.
I now request our CMD, Mr. Bhuminathan sir, to felicitate the distinguished jurist, Professor D.P. Agrawal sir. On behalf of the entire student community and KingMakers IAS Academy, I extend my hearty thanks and gratitude to Professor D.P. Agrawal sir for his gracious presence and also briefing us to the entire process of UPSC. I also extend my thanks to him for giving us tips on reading newspaper and also managing our time. Thank you, sir. I also thank Urmila ma'am for her gracious presence. Last but not the least, I thank our CMD, Mr. Bhuminathan sir, for constantly encouraging us through this process. Thank you, sir.
Just a few things, I wanted to tell all the candidates. So you're all blessed. In one word, I can say that you're all blessed because you're starting your career towards civil service preparation. And from the day one, you are very fortunate to meet and interact with a senior most person and who is the authority for the civil service exam and preparation. And because meeting a former UPSC chairman and interacting with such a renowned scholar is not that easy. So you're all blessed. And we are really fortunate, the students of Tamil Nadu, that every year, that our students are trained by our former UPSC chairman for the personality test particularly. And not only that, sir is available whenever we request him. Sir used to come from all the way from Delhi and used to stay here for even for a week, and he used to train our aspirants. In the last 6 years, the Tamil Nadu results, it has increased. It's only because of their score in their personality test. Previously, most of our candidates, they were not able to score even 180 plus or 190 plus. Hardly 1 or 2 they were getting it. But I'm very happy to announce this important information to everyone that after so many years, this year alone, 200 plus marks in the personality test. It is not that easy to get. Normally, not even one will get from Tamil Nadu. Only once they got only one candidate in 2018, that is Chitra. After that, hardly 1 or 2 will get. This year, more than 13 students from Tamil Nadu alone. We got 200 plus. So, thank you so much, sir, for training our children. It's only because of their personality test score. Today, they are part of civil service. And I am sure, நீங்கள் எல்லாருமே வெரி சூன் வந்து சார்கிட்ட வந்து பர்சனாலிட்டி டெஸ்ட் ட்ரைனிங் வந்து எடுத்துக்கணும். அண்ட் ஃபஸ்ட் அட்டம்ப்ட்லேயே நீங்கள் எல்லாருமே வந்து சர்வீஸ்க்கு போகணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஐ வில் ஆல்சோ ஜஸ்ட் ப்ரே அண்ட் ஜஸ்ட் ஃபியூ வேர்ட்ஸ் லுக்கிங் ஃபார்வர்ட் டு see you in the personality test training program very soon. And once again, thank you so much, sir, for your association.